Analyst. This is Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs and Frankie. It is episode 75. The NFL season is wrapping up, folks.
Sad day.
I'm gonna say the words that I say all the time, and it's never true, but I think it will be today. I think this is gonna be a quicker episode. We have very little college football to talk about, and our teams did not do so hot this week, so it should be a quick NFL wrap-up too, which is good. We're recording late because I was a bitch and thought I wanted to nap. I ended up not napping, but I delayed the recording by about half an hour, so we're trying to go quick. Well, you don't give a fuck because you're an hour behind in the best time zone of all at 4:30.
So, I'm glad you think that Central is the best time zone.
The only thing I don't agree with the Central time zone is, and this is what makes our podcast longer when I think they're going to be quick. We talk about the weirdest shit. But anyways, I hate the times. Like when you say, oh, the 12 o'clock slate for NFL, 1 o'clock. No, that's not okay. But when you look at it, you get to watch the 1 o'clock games at noon, and then you're watching the 4 o'clock games at 3, and then your Sunday Night Football starts at 7. Like, I wake up for work at 6 a.m., so I would love if the NFL game ended at about 10:15. Instead, I got to stay up late on Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. It sucks.
Yeah.
But now that we got that out of our system, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good. Friday, didn't do much, worked, and then Paige had some interviews that she had to help with at school. So she was doing that. I decided to play Xbox Friday night for a little bit. Did we play Friday night?
I did not.
Okay. So I played just with some of my Wisco boys on Friday night for a little bit. And then I believe we watched some Survivor. I told you about how we started that.
Yep.
We're up to season 3 so far. I thought season 3 so far has been the shittiest, and then they threw in this big twist where they swapped a couple people from each tribe. It was pretty great. Great twist. Saturday.
Oh, the merge.
No, it wasn't the merge. And they were ready for the merge, and then one tribe was basically like split in 2 tribes because there's like 3 younger people and 3 older people. So the young people were just trying to get off all the old people in their own tribe.
Yep.
So then they got like a tree mail that said that they had to send like 3 people, whatever, for this challenge, and they just had to pick 3 random ones, and then they actually just swapped what tribe they were in. Completely mixed up the game.
Okay.
Nobody knew.
I've got a couple things for you before you continue. I used to be a Survivor savant. I grew up, my parents watched it every Wednesday. So I've done a lot of Survivor watching in my time. Great show. Couple things for you to watch for as you're going through this journey, because I think there's, 30 fucking seasons? Maybe
45
now? Yeah. So
yeah. That's why we picked it, because there's so many seasons.
I don't remember it's a great watch, too. Very easy.
Yep.
You get some competitiveness in there, some physical activity, sports, basically, and then you get the drama of,
the game.
And
just the game.
Yep. So a couple things to watch for. There's one season where Jeff, the host, he, I don't know if he was single at the time or just had a weird crush on this girl, but he, made it very clear that he loved her, he was obsessed with her, and, always brought her up. And then the tribe voted her off, and then the rest of the season he was just, apparently I don't remember the season, but apparently you can tell that he was upset, and it was the worst season of all time, and everybody thinks it was because of this girl. So watch for that one.
That'll be fun.
And then the best season, in my opinion, I think it was, it had something to do with villains. And there's a guy named Russell. You'll get to him later on. His nephew got on the show in a later season, and he was the most hateable characters, but he made it amazing. So watch for that one. But we're talking mid-20s, I think, for that one. So you got a long way to go.
I was going to say, season 3 is non-HD. I feel like it's from the 80s, super pixelated, not clear at all. It's kind of funny to watch it, but anyways,
back to your recap.
Yeah, so that was Friday. I don't know. Saturday, woke up, watched a little bit of the Army-Navy game. I think Paige also had some interviews to do again on Saturday. So then Saturday I played Xbox a lot more. That's when we played, was Saturday. Just grinding Call of Duty. It was great. Some quick scope, no scope, some hide and seek. Fun night.
It was a good time.
It was
like a throwback.
It was. So that was my Saturday. Sunday, we had to do some Christmas shopping, and then we got invited to go out to what we call the country club. It's not a country club at all. It's a bar, but it's called Brookhaven, so it sounds like a country club. They do $13 buckets of beer, where you can get
Nice.
5 bottles of beer for $13. Hell of a steal.
Deal.
Went there, watched the Bills-Chiefs game in the afternoon, and then just came home and chilled out on the couch, watched some more Survivor. So, and then yesterday, I know it's not part of the weekend, but yesterday I went to the Grizzlies game. They lost, but it was still a blast. I had plenty of drinks, so it was fun. So, how was your weekend?
I had a good weekend. It was I kind of got in this rut of like all my weekends were the same outside of like, you know, going and doing things, but in my house things were the same. So I kind of wanted to switch it up. I told Sid, I was like, look, I'm so busy. I needed a Saturday to clean my house. So I told Sid, I was like, let's hang out Friday. I'm just going to take Saturday to myself. So we went to Doba Friday night for dinner. And then I was like, let's get like a board game to play at home or something. And so we bought Guess Who, and we played Guess Who all night, and we were watching some sort of sport. I can't remember what it was, but I know we were watching sports because I want to say it was college basketball. It had to have been college basketball because volleyball wasn't on. They're in the tournament right now. Sid loves volleyball, and it's actually fun to watch. But there was no games Friday night, so it had to have been college basketball. And then Saturday, like I said, I deep cleaned the house, did all my grocery shopping, made my crock pot meal. And then we played some games Saturday night. It was great to just go. But it felt like I was in middle school again, you know, just with the boys playing, you know, quick, like you said, quick scope, no scope. Hide and seek was electric. It got my heart racing.
Yep.
And then Sunday, I thought I relaxed and watched football, but then I forgot I was way behind at work. So I brought that home with me over the weekend. I was supposed to do it Saturday. I didn't have time, so I did that Sunday. Just all day grinding out work. I think I did like 6 or 7 hours of work while watching football, but the setup was peak. I had the NFL games on my laptop, my personal laptop, and then I connected to my work laptop to my gaming monitor, and I just grinded some shit out. So it's good. It's good to be ahead at work. I felt ahead on Monday, and then today I felt like I wasn't ahead because I'm just busy, end of the year stuff, you know, accountant type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monday, I figure since you threw in something for Monday, I will too. Only one listener will care about this, but in our bowling league, I bowl every Monday night for anybody that doesn't remember. So for the first half, the first place team automatically goes to the championship. So the goal is to win first half, and then second half. If you win second half, then you just win it. There's no championship game, but usually for the last 2 years, we've won the first half, and then second half we just have fun, drink, and bowl, and don't even really take it serious. So we had a 4-point lead going into Monday night, and we bowled my dad's team. Shout out Papa Tubbs. He's not bowling right now because of the hip replacement, but he was there. It was good to see him out. He was standing. He was walking. And we beat their ass. We took all fucking 7 points. So that was huge. And now, next week, in the first half championship, I think we're just going to have to win one game. So I'll keep y'all updated on that. We're just trying to hang some banners, man. 3 straight years, first half champs, never won a championship. So, or no, we did win one. We won one the first year, but not last year. We lost my dad. So, breaking news. That's the Tanks and Tutties breaking news alarm. Wisconsin lands Tyler Van Dyke. What do you think?
I don't know, man. Another quarterback.
What is he, the 17th quarterback on the roster?
It feels like it at this point.
That feels like the only transfers you get are the big-name quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I feel like he's so mid.
That is exactly what I was going to say. Is that he's what I think of when I see a Wisconsin quarterback, though.
Yeah.
I feel like you've never had, outside of Russell Wilson, I don't know how he was in college. You've never had.
Russ was great. He was, he took NC. He was pretty good at NC State. And then he was a grad transfer at Wisconsin. That's when we were fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. It's another quarterback. I guess it's another option to see what's gonna work. But yeah, he was pretty mid at Miami. 2,700 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 12 picks last year.
Yeah. Before we move on, would you have rather gotten Riley Leonard from Duke?
I mean, they're both. I feel like they're pretty similar. They're both ACC quarterbacks.
Yep, that's a good point. I was just gonna say I feel like Riley Leonard has more of the legs, but he did have the big injury this year, so that would have been concerning. But he went to Notre Dame.
I want the Kansas State dude or the Ole Miss guy. That's what I want.
You're not getting another quarterback. Tyler Van Dyke's your guy next year.
Well, we already have like 3 on the. No, he's only a junior. He'll be a senior, I think, but
he's not gonna sit though.
No, but maybe he can retransfer again. Wouldn't be against it.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone. Get in there for a couple games, look good, and then go somewhere else.
Yep.
All right, locks and long shots now. I'm in quite the rut. I lost another lock. We're 51-51-1, literally 500. We were almost 10 above 500. I was cruising.
You're the definition of mid.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at those stats, it's crazy. And then even like the long shots, I'll get to that in a second, but I'm probably about even if I would have bet every single long shot too, just based on odds. But like I said, lost. I had the Jets team total under 14.5. It looked really fucking good at halftime. I think it was 3-3 or 0-0. I don't know. It was low scoring. No, it was 0-0 at half. And then the Jets just exploded in the second half. They ended up winning that game 30-6. So, obviously, more than 14.5 points. So, this week, I said last week I'm just doing one lock the rest of the year. I changed my mind because I saw a lot that I liked. Dolphins -9 versus the Jets. The Jets just had their best offensive performance probably all year last week. I think they take a huge step back, and the Dolphins didn't look good last week. Well, no, I take that back. They looked good. They just couldn't close it out. They made a lot of mistakes. So I think they clean that shit up and they cover the -9 versus the Jets. And then Commanders +7 at the Rams. The Rams just played out of their minds against the Ravens to take that game to overtime. Matthew Stafford looked like prime Matt Stafford. I think it's another letdown spot. So give me the Commanders +7. I'll take a full touchdown there. I think they might lose by 3, and I think they could win this game. And then my last lock, I've got 3 of them for you this week. I have to do it. Broncos +5 at the Lions Saturday night. Prime time, weird stuff. It's a Saturday. The Lions are in a weird spot. I'm not going to get into it yet. We will later. But I don't think they could beat more than 6 teams in the league by 5, let alone a team that's fighting for the playoffs. The Broncos are above 500. They look good. Russell Wilson looks good. Their defense looks good. I think it'll be a fun game, but I think the Broncos cover 5 here, and I honestly might just take the opposing team spread as a lock until the Lions cover because they haven't covered in a minute. They didn't cover against the Bears. Oh, they did cover against the Saints. Okay, fuck. Well, there goes that point, but we're taking the Broncos. And then long shots, 31-54-1. Like I said, I think that's probably about even. I've never hit anything over more than like +300 on the long shots. So still open. Michigan to win the ship +260. Last week that went down to +185. It's now +195. Nothing really to be concerned about there. Just updating you. Also Tyreek MVP +1600. That is still +1600. I have an interesting argument for you, Frankie, on why Tyreek Hill should win the MVP.
All right.
So, as we all know, Monday night, Tyreek Hill, bad ankle injury, left the game with like 9 minutes left in the first quarter. I had a big parlay. Like I told you, I'm trying the $50 to $1,000 challenge, and it was riding the last leg. So everything hit in the first quarter except for Tyreek Hill's 60-plus receiving yards. I was pissed. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. And then by some miracle in the third quarter, he came back and in one drive got to 61 yards to hit that over. So I cashed that, took out the 50. So now I've got bankroll, and I'm going to try to turn it into 1,000 just to update the viewers. Hopefully that works out. But back to why Tyreek Hill should win the MVP. The Dolphins' offense, after Tyreek Hill went out, looked the worst it has this year, and nobody can argue me on that. Tyreek Hill is that big of a piece that offense shut down. And then Tyreek Hill comes back. They rattle off some good points. Granted, they had some turnovers by the defense, but Tyreek Hill, he's that big of a player. And if you look, Brock Purdy didn't look that good. He did his job. But that dude, like, you can't find a clip of that guy making a, wow, what a fucking throw by Purdy. Oh, my God. Or him, he hasn't let his team down the field. Like, he's going to win the MVP, unfortunately, because the Niners are so fucking good. But Tyreek Hill deserves this award.
I would disagree. I don't think that Purdy's going to win it. I think it's going to go...
That's another one that's tough.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to go to the 1 seed. Whoever, I heard this today, I'm pardon my take, but whatever team is the 1 seed, whoever their candidate is going to get it. So if it's the Dolphins, I think, no, either way, it'll come down to whoever the 1 seeds are from each side, and then whoever's got the better case. So if it's the Dolphins at the 1 seed, Tua or Tyreek. If it's the Ravens, Lamar, which I think is a good spot to look right now.
Yeah, but he's not putting up crazy stats. He's just like getting the job done.
But he's having a really good year though. And he's not running as much, which is even crazier. I think in the NFC, I think if it comes down to Purdy versus either of those 3 in the AFC, I think the AFC would win it, whether it be Tua, Tyreek, or Lamar. And then you have Dak. You have, I guess you could put Jalen Hurts in there. Who else could be the 1 seed? Cowboys, 49ers, Eagles. I feel like that's about it, right?
I guess the Chiefs could probably still sneak in there, right?
Yeah, I'd have to look at it. Yeah.
I think it's just the Chiefs and Dolphins in the AFC. Oh, and the Ravens.
And the Ravens, yeah. But
Yep.
I don't know. I don't think Purdy has that good of a chance. There really hasn't been that many people that are just like standing out like they should be MVP. So it's kind of weird. This might be the year that we don't get a quarterback, which would be great.
And I really hope it's Tyreek if it's not a quarterback.
I mean, if it's not going to be a quarterback, it's probably going to be Tyreek or CMC. But
And I hope so,
CMC
just for my money.
was injured for a couple games.
Exactly. So it'll be interesting down the stretch. Sorry, I'm stalling because I forgot to do my long shots.
Yeah, I saw that. I was going to warn you.
I don't know why I didn't, but I do have one long shot I can talk about here. So first of all, last week we had the Titans plus 7.5 alternate at plus 155 that hit. Awesome. They won the game outright. Insane comeback. Didn't bet this myself because I'm dumb, but it is what it is. So my other long shot that I just came up with is, I don't have a name for it. I was trying to come up with a name for it, but it's plus 131, and it's just a 2-leg money line parlay. We're just going to try to juice our long shot record here. Bengals money line, Eagles money line. Bengals are taking on the Vikings. It was announced Nick Mullins is starting. He looked way. I don't know why they benched Josh Dobbs. He has one bad game, and all of a sudden you bench him. It's crazy. You traded for this guy. He won you some games, and now you win a game 3-0, and he's got to be benched. No. And then the Eagles, they are in dire need of a win, and they are finally out of their gauntlet. I think they play the Seahawks this week, and they're like, wow, this is a lot easier than the Cowboys, Niners, or who's the other big one the Eagles played? The Bills? The Bills. So Bengals, Eagles, plus 131. I can't think of a name for it.
The Cincinnati or the Philadelphia parlay.
I was going to make a chili joke, but I don't think Philadelphia is known. Oh, it's the Skyline cheesesteak parlay. There you go.
All right.
There you go. Plus 131. All right, your locks and long shots. See, we do this every time, man. We talked
way
too
we're
long,
20
and now
minutes
it's going to be a
in. We're
normal
only in our
episode.
locks and long shots.
Well, we have no college football, though.
I'll make it quick. Locks, last week, Packers minus 6.5, loss. Giants team total under 14.5, loss. Army, Navy under, loss, unfortunately. 34, 65, and 1 this week. Thursday Night Football under 34. Gross game. Got to stick with the Thursday unders. Falcons money line. They're playing the Panthers. Panthers aren't going to win another game all year. Falcons money line. Lock it in. Ravens money line. They are playing. Who are they playing?
Jags.
The Jags. I mean, the Ravens are fighting for the 1 seed here. Give me the Ravens. Easy.
Yep.
Long shots. 18 and 72. Still have the Packers to win the North Open. They could have made it a lot closer, but they didn't. Bijan Rookie of the Year. CJ Stroud's injured.
He is.
It's still open technically, mathematically. Tennessee to win the SEC. They won on Saturday. I watched that game actually. So 18-72, disgusting. Last week, Eagles money line loss. Unders parlay, which was Thursday night and both Monday night games. I'm pretty sure all those games went over. I'd have to look. Yeah.
They did.
So bad on me. This week, Titans -6.5. They are -2.5 right now against the CJ Stroud and Tank Dell-less Texans. Will Levis look good.
That CJ Stroud's out?
No, but he's in the concussion protocol. Most of the time, if you're in the concussion protocol, you miss at least 1 week.
Purdy got out.
Yeah, but he cleared it on Monday. And Stroud is still in it. So odds that he plays are pretty slim. I don't trust Davis Mills at all. So Titans to win by I just jinxed it. Titans to win by a touchdown. Now I don't trust myself. Then we're going with the AFC North parlay. This is as easy or as simple as it sounds. Going Steelers money line against the Colts. We're going Bengals money line versus the Vikings, Browns versus the Bears, and to top things off, Ravens versus the Jags. Money lines plus 715 total. So
there you go. I hate that play, but best of luck to you. Now, before we go, I'll be quick. I wanted to bring up, first of all, I'm switching one of my picks for Paige's picks. I'll tell you which one later. You'll know, I think. For our locks and long shots, would you like to completely reset at the start of the new year, our first episode in 2024?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Reset the records. All right.
Yep.
We do need to keep the all-time, though, just as a reminder. But I'm down for a reset. The reason I was fighting it was obviously because I was above 500, but now that it's not looking so hot, I'd like to reset. So we'll restart start of the new year.
I'm going to get hot
all right,
this
let's
year.
go. Let's go. MLB news. Ohtani signed for so much money that I texted my father and said, damn you for not putting me in a batting cage more and forcing me to play baseball. What's the contract, Frankie?
10 years, I believe. $700 million. The Dodgers are pulling some illegal shit right now where they're only paying him $2 million every year for the next 10 years. And then $680 million is deferred over, I don't even remember how many years. Basically, till he dies, he's going to be getting paid. Everyone knows of what's the Mets guy? July 1st. Bobby Bonilla. Everyone knows Bobby Bonilla Day. Ohtani's going to have himself a day as well. First off, I don't understand why he was okay taking only $2 million for the next 10 years. That is literally nothing. I guess he maybe doesn't
gotta live in
need
LA.
it. Yeah. But also it's kind of smart. I don't know. Because if he moves out of California when he retires or when the contract is up and the deferred money starts, then he doesn't have to pay the California taxes on the deferred money. So that's kind of smart. And also, the Dodgers are going to be able to build a fucking super team because he's only getting paid $2 million a year. I'm just pissed because this feels like cheating. It feels like financial bullying. You want to talk small and big market. This is example A, exhibit A, of what big market teams can do because they're still going after Yamamoto. They're still going after, who's the other one? There's another big name that they're also going after.
No, I have no
Either
idea.
way,
You're the baseball guy.
Dodgers are just throwing money left and right, and it is ridiculous because the Brewers had to go out and sign fucking Joe Ross to a 1-year, $1.75 million deal, and that's probably our biggest move of the offseason. So I'm upset, but it's whatever. Dodgers are known for choking, so.
I usually disagree with your big market, small market takes. But this just solidifies that it's a real problem because you're never going to see the Diamondbacks. They're not going to compete with a team like this in the World Series. We saw it this year with Texas. They threw out a bunch of money. Guess what? They're great. The Dodgers this year, they're going to be fucking awesome. They're going to go to the World Series. They might win. But guess what? You're not going to see the Tigers. You're not going to see the fucking Orioles. You're not going to see the Brewers. These small market teams will never, ever get in the World Series again unless they put in a fucking salary cap.
Yep.
And these other teams need to start spending money. Detroit, I know you fucking got money. You are Little Caesars. Little Caesars is huge. Spend some fucking money. Milwaukee, different deal there. It's their own fault for changing the fucking ballpark name. But the other thing, can you imagine the accounting headache when Ohtani, after 10 years, retires and moves back to Japan, and now they got to figure out Japan tax?
Yeah, or just
That's
the currency.
crazy. Yeah, the exchange rate.
Yeah.
Ohtani's going to hit him up and be like, yo, Paige.
Dude, he could bankrupt them. If there's just like a massive spike in the exchange rate, he could bankrupt the Dodgers.
Yep, I don't know how exchange rates work, and I'm about to sound dumb, but they know Ohtani's about to get paid, and then all of a sudden, boom, the exchange rate's crazy. Oh, my God, demand and supply, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
and
he's just bringing in a ton of money to Japan.
Dodgers got to sell or just fucking lose all their guys. That would be the biggest piece of poetic justice ever. Yeah. And we just got to wait 10 years to find out because all these years of throwing money at these people. And their fucking roster right now, dude. Mookie, Freddie Freeman, fucking Ohtani, possibly this ace from Japan.
Clayton Kershaw.
Clayton Kershaw, fucking they don't have Urias anymore, right? Because he's in jail.
Technically, yes.
And then they got another big name I'm missing. Who's their shortstop? No, their shortstop's trash. Second base. Betts was playing base. I feel like I'm missing an outfielder.
Well,
I
Walker
hate that
Buehler,
anytime there's a fucking big name.
JD Martinez.
Dodgers are in there.
Yeah.
And Ohtani, like, once I realized that it was basically Blue
Joe
Jays
Kelly.
Dodgers. Once I realized it was Blue Jays Dodgers, I wanted Blue Jays so bad because Vladdy, Bo Bichette, Ohtani, fucking sweet. And then
dude, I feel so bad
out,
for Blue Jays fans.
Yep, didn't it come out that they got him?
Well, it was that he appears to be heading to Toronto because there were people saying that his flight was going to Toronto and that I think it was one of the pitchers that's also Japanese over there, Hyunjin Ryu maybe. He was like he had a restaurant reserved for like a bunch of people. And then it came out that was actually a reservation for a surprise party for his wife, and they blew the surprise.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but no, I feel bad for Blue Jays fans because like all the hype was there, and it made sense for him to go to Toronto, and then nope, back door, here come the Dodgers. Just like what the fuck, dude.
It also came out that the Blue Jays offer was basically the same
in the same ballpark. Yeah.
Yep. So crazy stuff. Yeah, the Dodgers are going to be fucking good, and it's annoying, and I hope they lose in the playoffs again just to spend all this money and not win.
Yep.
So, next 10 years, hopefully the Dodgers don't get one. But
also, no player is ever worth $700 million.
I can agree with that, especially because he's not pitching anymore.
We don't know that, but I'm not praying for injuries. But
you heard it here first. Tanks and Tutties, please credit Ohtani not going to pitch again starting in 2024. All right, yes. College football, real quick. Army-Navy, everybody knows this game. No points, very few passes. I destroyed this fucking game. I had the over. I got fucked that I had 28. Everybody and their fucking grandma had 27.5. I don't know how I got 28. It was right before kickoff. Must have just been a lot of people hammering the under or the over, so they bumped it up. But I did put in a same-game parlay last second with a boost. It was the Army quarterback to get 50-plus rushing yards. He had like 130. It was Army over.
He had 84.
Doesn't matter. It hit by a lot. It hit in like the first half. It was Army over 9.5 total points. Navy over 7.5 total points. Yeah.
I think that's what it said,
then, the last leg was one of Navy's 17 running backs that they use to get 17.5 receiving yards. And I thought it was dead because Navy was getting the ball on their last drive. I'm like, they weren't throwing it. Yeah, they weren't throwing it. I'm like, I'm fucking dead. And then I go back and look, and he caught a little fucking screen for 11 yards to cash it. Lovely there. I love Army-Navy. That's 2 years in a row I've killed that game. It's basically Michigan-Ohio State for you, but for me it's just more disgusting, and you just got to get down and dirty and in the trenches. So that was sweet. Great Saturday there. Lost.
They threw a lot of passes in this game.
Army did, yeah. Navy not so much.
No, other way around. Navy threw 29 times. Army threw 14.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they had three. Navy had three different guys throw a pass.
So I don't know. Oh, that's it then. Because how many? The
starting quarterback went 16 for 26.
How did I?
Then they had one guy go 0 for 2 and another guy go 0 for 1.
Like I said, I was deep cleaning my house, so I was checking periodically. I don't know how I missed that, but whatever. Anything about this game? You had the under as a lock. Did you actually bet it?
Yeah, I actually bet it. I had I had the under.
Oh, we didn't even mention.
I had under. So I know. So you had over 28.5. I had under 27.5.
No, I had over 28. I got a push.
Oh, well, I had under 27.5.
Yeah, so it hit. The over hit, the under lost. Navy got the ball down to Army's 1, and then turned it over on 4th and goal. So with like 9 seconds left, Army snaps the ball. They can't take a knee. There's not enough room. Snaps the ball, takes the safety to to hit 28 points. It was 26 total before that. Fucking amazing. Love it. Twitter blew up. It was so fun.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the end of it, and somebody texted like, damn, the under's going to hit. I think it was you. Might have been Javi. And I was like, told you, never take the over in the service game. And then all of a sudden you were going off at the over hit. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yep. So it was the most painful, I'd say, 3 minutes of my life because Navy snuck it, so they had to review it to see if he got in. And then he didn't get in. Army lined up, but then called a timeout because I was thinking in my head, take a safety, take a safety, take a safety. Army calls a timeout. They come out, and then they finally took the safety to cash it. Fucking amazing. I just wish I had 27.5. It would have been a lot better if I won the bet, but I'll take a push because that game was not supposed to go over. There was a lot of points in the fourth quarter. So, anything else before we move on here?
No.
Is it okay if we talk about your team first?
Sure. While we talk about my team, I have a suggestion.
Okay, let's hear it.
We do one question for each team following our small rants. So you get to ask me a question, I get to ask you a question.
Do we start with a question or after the rant?
What do you think? How should we do it?
After the rant, because your rant might help me solidify my question.
Okay, my rant's going to be short because I was not sober at the Grizzlies game last night, so I really only watched the fourth quarter of this game, which subsequently was actually the best quarter for the Packers outside of the last minute and 24 seconds. Apparently Jordan Love didn't have a great game. It's fine. I kind of expected this to be a weird game, not a bad game, but a weird game. Matt LaFleur's play calling is back to exactly what I shit on the entire year. I'm not sure what it is with his obsession of Jaden Reed. I saw a tweet today that said, let's run an end around to Jaden Reed to set up for the end around to Jordan Reed to set up for the end around to Jordan Reed, and it was just continuing because that's basically what it felt like the game was. I think in the fourth quarter I watched 3 end arounds to Jordan Reed.
Jaden Reed.
Yeah, sorry. I literally, so this game, I watched it. We scored the touchdown, which, mind you, we probably should have scored 3 touchdowns on that drive. There were multiple passes that Jordan Love dropped in the basket and our wide receivers couldn't catch. We scored the touchdown. I was like, all right, good. This game in the bag. Defense just needs to step up. It's the Giants. We'll be fine. Obviously did not step up. They kicked the field goal. I turned the TV off, went to bed. And that was that. I said I hope that Joe Barry doesn't get on the plane back to Green Bay. Haven't heard any news, so I'm assuming he did get back on the plane. Not sure how TSA allowed that to happen because basically a T word. I'm not going to say it. Yeah, just the defense on the last drive was, I think a high school team probably could have driven down the field with the way the defense played on the last drive. It was so horrendous. Thank you, Saquon Barkley, though, for at least giving us a chance of fumbling the ball. That's all I got.
Okay. My question for you. Hang on, I'm doing my research here. Let's see. Here we go. I agree with everything you said. Do you think the Packers are favored to make the playoffs or are favored to miss the playoffs?
No, I think they're favored to make it. I think
They are currently favored to miss the playoffs at minus 120.
So they were favored yesterday before the game. I think they had a 60-something% chance, and then I'm assuming obviously yesterday's loss dropped them to like 48%, something like that.
Yep. I might put in an emotional hedge and bet the Packers make the playoffs. Are you concerned about a jinx?
No. No, because honestly, if we make the playoffs, it's a huge win, and that's a huge step for this team. If we don't make the playoffs, I don't think I'm going to be that hurt, because this team did show real flashes throughout the season, and I don't think anybody I set the expectations high by saying that we were going to win 10 games or whatever, which is still very plausible. My recording just froze. I wonder how many. No, we can still win 10, can't we? We have 4 games left.
9-8.
No, we're 6-7.
You're 6-8.
We're 6-7.
You're 6-8.
We had a bye.
You're 6-7.
Yeah, I'm right. Anyways.
Yeah.
No, if we don't make the playoffs, I don't think I'd be that hurt. Just because it is such a young team and we've had so many injuries this year. So as great as it would be to make the playoffs, I don't think I'd be that hurt if we didn't, especially if we're going to finish this close. So
it's fair enough. So before we get into the Lions, I just wanted to reveal something to you that I think is going to I don't think you'll give a fuck, but it's just a fun story. So you at post Grizzlies game, I'm assuming a little bit buzzed up, you said take the Packers plus 420 live. So I did because I was having an okay night. And then I literally took it, I think, a play or two before the Saquon fumble. So then the Packers scored the first time, which ended up being incomplete. And I was like, oof, I might hedge with the Giants because either way I can make guaranteed profit. I've been really into hedging lately. But I didn't. I was like, okay, Packers are going to score. I was like, all they got to do is get a stop. I was like, defenses look good. Like, it's Tommy DeVito. I don't give a fuck. Then the Packers scored, and they didn't get the 2-point conversion. But before the 2-point conversion, I saw the Giants at plus 800 money line, and I took it.
Damn. I wish you would have said something because I probably would have sprinkled on it.
But right before that big play, I cashed it out. But I cashed it out at 10x.
Okay.
So I profit. I think I have to put 10 on the plus 800 because
How'd you profit 10x if it was plus 800?
Oh no, I didn't. Well. Oh no, I didn't. Sorry, that was bad math. 7x. There we go. Yep, bad math. The 10x was on the Packers if they won because I double bet it. I bet it again right before they scored for higher amount at plus 100. So my thinking was, I'll cash this out, and then if the Packers win, that was huge profit. I played this perfect. They ended up losing, but I still profited. So I just wanted to reveal to you, I took the Giants, and I don't know. I got lucky. I think I got really lucky.
I think if I had watched the whole game, I probably wouldn't have bet the Packers because I would have seen their defense play throughout the whole game. And that was a betting on tilt type of thing. I probably shouldn't have done it, but you win some, you lose some. I didn't go big. I just put a unit on it, so I'm not that hurt.
The other betting story I have from last night, I had a weird night last night. So our buddy, Javi, he sent a parlay. It was an NBA parlay. I took it. Everything was looking good except for the Bucks. We had the Bucks minus 7.5. And then
which was looking good.
It did look good at one point, and then the Bulls stormed back at the end of it. So I hedged. I took the Bulls plus 9.5 at one point at plus odds. And then the game goes to overtime, and the Bucks were up like 3 with 11 seconds left. And on the parlay, because like I was looking for cash outs, I was looking like just trying to make as much money as I can. And I had a cash out with 11 seconds left, up 3. My cash out was like, I want to say it was 10x. Yeah, it was 10x. So I cashed out for 10x when the parlay was 30x. So I was like, whew, let's fucking go. And I sent it to you guys because 11 seconds left, up 3. They're minus 7.5. Why was DK offering a fucking cash out?
Yeah.
Makes no sense, but I got it, so it's great. Now, enough of the happy times. The fucking Lions, we said before that we started recording, we said it's not as fun when both of our teams lose because neither of us can really talk shit, especially when they were this bad. The Lions lose to the Bears. The Packers lose to the Giants. Yeah, so a couple thoughts. First of all, we as Lions fans are starting to annoy me. Not myself. I feel like I'm pretty decent in terms of expectations at this point. Mm-hmm. It's the people calling for Aaron Glenn to be fired in the middle of the season when it's our best record since, I don't know, what was it, 1950 or some crazy shit. It's crazy. Like we want Aaron Glenn gone, and then Jared Goff has a bad game, and all of a sudden it's fucking put in Hendon Hooker, Jared Goff's trash, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, you need to fucking relax. Now, they need to relax. I don't need to because I've been fucking cordial. The Lions' defense has an okay game, but our offense shits the fucking bed. Amon-Ra had fucking bricks for hands out there at the end of the game, and then Jared Goff is just whipping ducks. This dude, there needs to be a stat, passes that could have been intercepted. I think he had 4 or 5 that game. It was crazy how lucky we got with them not picking the ball off. I don't know how we were up 13 to 10.5, but then we come out in the third quarter looking like the fucking Carolina Panthers. Jared Goff, we had 3 straight 3-and-outs to start the third quarter. And then they were still in the game somehow because the defense stepped up. And then 4th and 13, you will not hear me say, the refs made a bad call. Justin Fields on third down there was going to get sacked. He kind of threw the ball into his lineman. I don't know what the rule is there, if you hit a lineman, if it's okay. But I think he intentionally grounded that ball to not take the sack. But that's just me. So then they get 4th and 13. They line up to go for it from their own 45. Lions, you're up 13-10. You're like, okay, they're probably not going to go for this. This is like third quarter. A lot of game left. And to this fucking minute, I think the Bears were going to hard count that. But the Lions jump off sides. They jumped off sides on 4th and 13 on the Bears side of the field. DJ Moore absolutely cooks Jerry Jacobs for they were on the Lions side of the field. It was at like the 50. And DJ Moore, 50-yard touchdown. What the fuck are we doing jumping off sides on 4th and 13? And why are our corners press on 4th and 13? Run a zone, put a safety over the top. You can't get fucking beat over the top on 4th and 13. That's unreal. And that's where the game flipped. Because all of a sudden, the Lions couldn't move the fucking ball. They still couldn't move the ball. I'm like salivating right now. I'm getting so pissed off. Lions couldn't move the ball. Why do we not run the fucking ball? We have 2 very good running backs. Montgomery's great. Gibbs is great. And we can't run the ball. We're still trying to pass. Jared Goff, I love the guy. But he's starting to test me because he threw some bad balls. He gets panicked. He's obviously not mobile. It's so... We're in a bad spot right now. We're in a bad spot. I need to calm down. We're 9-4, which is great. We have a tough schedule coming up, though. I believe we've got Broncos, Vikings, Cowboys, Vikings. So I'm a firm believer we'll win both those Vikings games and clutch the division. But I think the Cowboys fuck us. And I think the Broncos might beat us this weekend. So we're in a bad spot. I'm sick and tired of people saying, fire Aaron Glenn. I don't want him on the plane, whatever. Dude, the defense finally looks okay. Like, they played an okay game on Sunday. The offense just shit the bed. I think if your defense can hold a team, what was the final in that one? Because I stopped watching because I'm a bitch, and when I get frustrated, I turn it off.
28-13.
Final score was 28, and I believe 7 of those came on like a 30-yard drive because the offense turned the ball over, right?
Yeah. Yep. I think it was a little bit longer than that, but.
Yep. So basically, in my eyes, the defense only gave up 19 points. You should be able to win a game when your defense holds the team to 19. It's the Bears, man. It's the fucking Bears. So bad, horrible game. I was pissed. I'm in sit back mode and just hope for the best, win a game. That's win one playoff game, successful year. But Brad Holmes has got to stop saying, "Oh, we're not going to sacrifice the future." Bro, sacrifice the fucking future. If we can get a Super Bowl out of these guys, you need to do it. Get some fucking defensive help. Because Hutchinson, like literally, here you go. I am the opposing team's defensive coordinator in the middle of the week in meetings about our game plan for facing the Lions this week. Okay? Or no, not defensive. Did I say defensive coordinator? I'm the offensive coordinator. Hey, guys. So we're taking on the Lions this week. We know they're having a great year. They got that running game. Here's what we're going to do to beat them, right? We're going to double Hutchinson. He's not going to beat us. And then guess what? You're going to have a field day out there, QB1, because those guys can't cover shit. They couldn't fucking – those guys couldn't fucking prevent the pizza grease from dripping on their fucking crotch. That's how bad they are, you know? We're just going to run little 10-yard outs and little slants, passing it. We don't really need to run, but if we do, we'll get 4 or 5 yards of carry. And then, we'll double Hutch, and there's going to be no pressure. So, be easy shit. So, yeah, that was my rendition of the opposing team's offensive coordinator before facing the Lions. What did you think?
I think that was pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's frustrating, man. I take it out on Hutchinson, too. I've been saying he's having a bad year, but really he just gets doubled if you watch. He gets doubled, and then because we have no pressure from anybody else. So, what is your one question for me, and then we can move on because I've spent too much time. Okay.
Jared Goff problem.
Oh, Jared Goff problem for sure. I think Ben Johnson is a great offensive coordinator. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I don't know if he'll get anything, though, because next year he'll be 30. I don't know, though. Exactly. So, if you traded him, it would literally be a playoff contender that had their starting quarterback go down.
They can restructure his contract.
Yeah, I think today's NFL, you have to have a mobile quarterback. And Jared Goff, he's having a good year. But he makes, some of his throws, like I said, man, he just throws so many bad balls. And I haven't seen that dude throw a spiral since week 6. Have you? Everything is, ducky.
Jared Goff, J-Mo, and a pick package to get into the first round and get
See, the problem with a late round QB, though, is they have nobody to learn from. And now you're throwing them to the Wolves and hoping they can – because we're in win-now mode. I think we're in win-now mode. We got talent on offense. You got guys on defense, but nobody to really tell them what to do. So it's I feel like we're going to be in a tough spot this offseason. It's going to be tough for Brad Holmes. It's going to be – do you do a mini rebuild?
I mean, because looking at the board right now, if you went mid to late first round, you're looking at
I'll tell you what you do. You keep your first round pick. You don't trade anybody. You keep your first round pick and you see who's there. Because we're going to be, how many teams make the playoffs? 14. We will be bottom 16. I think we make the playoffs. So you just got to see, is there a quarterback here that we can grab? And you let them sit a year behind Goff. Because I think he could still teach. And then that young guy comes in. When Goff's contract is up, you let him walk. Or no, he's got 2 more, though. Fuck. I would rather have Penix than Knicks, wouldn't you? Actually, you know what? No, I wouldn't, dude, because I think back to Indiana when he wasn't very good. But He's mobile. Bo Nix, to me, isn't very mobile. And he's going to be Goff-like in 2 years. And he's Can I say something? Justin Herbert, overrated. Justin Herbert's not very good. Are you disagreeing or are you agreeing? Okay. By the way, Bo Nix. Oh, wait. Oops. Hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to make a point here. I just got to make sure I'm not wrong. Yeah, Goff's 29. I was going to say Bo Nix is old as fuck, but he's 23. But I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do, and I'm not going to be mad at anything because I trust it. But I did see a point that I wanted to bring up that I think is, like, could have some truth to it. I think the Lions started to listen to the media and the fans that said, you got to get Gibbs involved. You draft this guy so early, get him involved. And it's hurt our run game because Monty, when we weren't using Gibbs and we were using Monty was going off. He was doing great. And now I feel like our offense is in this weird fucking gray area of, like, we got to get Gibbs involved. He's explosive, but also Monty was really good when we were doing that. And I just look back to when Monty was cruising, cruise control, man. We won every game. We were chilling. And now it's like I don't even know what to expect. Mm-hmm. I miss those Sundays going in being like, Lions win today, let's go. And then if they lost, it was a bad one. So It wasn't really that bad. But, it started with that Packers loss. And there's some
we broke you.
There's some truth to Gibbs being involved and kind of, well, no, the Bears game before the Packers, we looked bad. So I would say the Bears broke us when they were leading in our house.
I did say last week that was the who's real game of the week, and the Bears proved they might be real. I think, going off topic here, but I think the Bears might be in the worst position in all of the NFL.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's not that bad because they have 2 firsts, but you've got a quarterback now who is showing, hey, I got some talent left in me still, and it's like, do we get him another position player? And then it's like, wait, our defense is really bad too, though. And
their defenses look good, though, now, and their coach, Eberflus, is a defensive coach, and it's like, do you keep him? Do you fire him? Do you keep Fields? Do you let him? Do you trade him? Like, do you just completely turn over the whole thing and try and get Caleb Williams? Like,
ask me if I would want Justin Fields on the Lions.
Would you want Justin Fields on the Lions?
Yes.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Like, listen, I think Goff can win us a playoff game. He can win a playoff game. Can he win a Super Bowl? No. Can Justin Fields win a Super Bowl? Probably not. But is Justin Fields younger and more explosive and more mobile? And in today's NFL, is he probably going to be better long run? Yes.
I have a real question for you.
One second. If you can go sneak Fields for a second, yeah, do it. I'll give him a second.
Real question. Would you rather have Justin Fields?
He's been really bad, though.
Or Jordan Love?
That's tough. That's a good one.
Right.
While I think about it, I got a text. I don't remember who it was from. Maybe you can help me out. You probably saw it too. Somebody said Justin Fields is Jalen Hurts, but on a bad team.
Yeah, Javi said that.
And I was like, oh, it was Javi? I was like,
yep.
Whoa, that's deep. That's deep. I'd rather have Love.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He looks like a good quarterback, and like we've seen a lot more out of Fields, and he's shown like he's been mediocre, but I just think his upside is so big. And after reading that text is what fucked me up when it was like he's Jalen Hurts on a bad team. I'm like, what if he was on the Lions, man? What if he got out there with he would use Jameson Williams? That was the other thing I wanted to bring up, and then we can move on because I know this has gone way too long. Jameson Williams, we're not using him in the offense. He is so explosive. And guess what? His most receptions per game, not even his most receptions per game, his most targets per game in his career, 2. You traded up to take this guy. He was hurt, but you said this guy is going to be explosive. This is our guy. And he gets 2 targets a fucking game. What the fuck, dude? He's better than Josh Reynolds. Change my mind.
I would agree.
Like, actually, I should take that back. He's more
explosive,
explosive,
has break for hands,
and
though.
the upside's crazy. He's been good lately, though. I haven't seen a drop in a few weeks, but
I think he just needs more targets.
He needs targets. That's what I'm saying. Like, instead of only putting him out there to run a streak and, hey, if it's open, we'll throw it, Jared Goff can't throw the deep ball. I love seeing him getting the end arounds. But you gave him one end around, and then you took a deep shot. Jared Goff threw a fucking duck that probably could have got intercepted. And then he saw nothing the rest of the game. I need to see this guy on a screen, on a slant, on a little drag route. Like, get him involved in the offense. He's so quick, and I bet you he can make guys miss. Go ahead.
J-Mo or Christian Watson? Who'd you rather have?
On my team right now or
Yeah.
on any team?
No, on your team right now.
J-Mo, because we already have Amon-Ra.
No,
Christian Watson.
no.
No. Listen
No.
to my reasoning. Listen to my reasoning, please. Christian Watson is a better receiver right now. More talented, better stats, clearly. But we already have Amon-Ra, who's crazy talented. And if we acquired Christian Watson, it would take away from Amon-Ra, and it would be the same thing with fucking Gibbs and Montgomery of, like, how do we get both these guys involved? With J-Mo, we can get him involved, and it's not going to take too much from Amon-Ra. It would take from, like, Josh Reynolds. And, like, Brock Wright had 4 targets. Why the fuck are we throwing to Brock Wright 4 times? I hate that, too.
See, but what you said is basically...
On my team right now, I'd rather have Christian Watson.
What you said is basically like if the Bengals were like...
Whoa! I just fucked it up, and you didn't even say anything.
Sorry, I was
said
too
on
deep
my
in
team
my...
right now. Yeah, no, Jameson will confirm. Go ahead.
It'd be like the Bengals saying, we have the choice of T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd to pair with Jamar Chase. And the Bengals like, we'll take Tyler Boyd because we don't want T. Higgins to take away from Jamar Chase. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah,
it works just fine for them.
Boyd doesn't have the upside of J-Mo, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Great analogy, and I see what you're saying. But I think it's more of a upside thing for me right now, the reason I'm saying J-Mo.
That's fine.
And you know what? He's probably going to, like, I can see in 3 years he goes down at a bust, and maybe I look back and listen to a few of these episodes and go, wow, that was crazy. Like, it's...
I mean, the
it's
same could
NFL,
happen
man.
for
It's
Christian
tough.
Watson, though.
Exactly. He's only 2 years in, so... But
Yeah.
he looks pretty dang good. Because the Packers
When he's
fucking
healthy.
use him. Lions need to use him. So, all right. Let's go with Paige's picks. I think they'll be quicker because we had honestly a poopy week of football.
Yeah, this week was gross.
First of all, overall records. Let's see. So last week, Austin, you went 6-9, nice. Paige went 6-9, nice, and I went 7-8. No, I definitely don't think anybody. I don't think we had a week last year where nobody went above 500, and that. Just
I think this
shows
is
you
the
how
second
it
week
was.
this year. I feel like
We're
we
not
had
coming
another
back to
week.
that. I don't think so. I feel like there's always you or I go off.
Maybe.
I'm getting really hungry. We got to go. I got to eat dinner. Overall, Austin, you are 129 and 79. I am 126 and 82. And then Paige is right there at 116 and 92. Still a great record for the year. So, no buys this week. So, Thursday night, Chargers-Raiders. Let's see. The Raiders played probably the worst game I've ever had to watch in my life. They lost 3-0 to the Vikings. There's nothing to say about that game. It's disgusting. The Chargers, the only news there is that Herbert's out the rest of the year. So finally, Chargers fans, all 6 of them can relax and realize they're out of the playoffs. So, Paige's pick.
Paige has the Raiders. I'm going to take the Chargers. I don't trust the Raiders. Easton Stick looked decent, and I just think the Raiders don't have as many weapons as the Chargers.
His
So
2 turnovers looked real good.
I barely watched football this weekend, so...
Okay. He did look okay, but he had 2 turnovers that were real bad. I'm taking the Raiders. They are due.
Let me guess. Big game coming from Devontae?
No, I'm finally done with him.
Good.
I'm unfortunately stuck with him in fantasy because he's that guy you can't drop. Nobody will trade for him. But I've decided to never place another money wager on him.
I'm so glad.
Frustrating.
Somebody tried to offer me Devontae and a first for Devon Achane at the trade deadline, and I almost took it. I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah, but they're not using Achane anymore. He didn't get used on Monday night, so.
He's still good, though.
No, he's
Upside
definitely in
is
a way better
still-
spot than Devontae. I'm just more thinking
Yeah.
what you could have done with that first. But, yeah, I've got the Raiders. Vikings-Bengals. The Vikings, we just said, beat the Raiders 3-0 on a last-second field goal. Crazy, disgusting game. And then the Bengals beat the Colts. Jake Browning, another good game. He got hurt, but he's fine. Pretty cool story. Joe Burrow allowed Browning's family to use his box for their game last week, I
Pause.
believe, right?
Pause. Let his family
Paige's
use his
pick.
box. Paige says, the Vikings, are they doing good? I don't know anything about the Vikings, but we'll go with them. I'm taking the Bengals. No chance am I trusting the Vikings.
Yeah, I've got the Bengals as well. Justin Jefferson's banged up again, which sucks because he's fun to watch, but it doesn't matter because they're starting shit Mullins. So give me the Bengals.
Josh Dobbs tried to kill him.
Yeah, that was hospital pass.
Yep.
Steelers Colts. The Steelers didn't play.
No, the Steelers. They. Yeah, no, they didn't have a bye. Who'd they play?
Thursday
they played. Yeah, Thursday night. Yep.
That game was forgettable. The Patriots won. Actually, that game turned out being fun a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. There was some offense.
If you didn't have money on it.
Yeah. Well,
or if you were you. Yeah.
Yeah. I had Patriots money line, so I did all right. The over hit in the first half though. That was kind of cool. So yeah, Steelers lost to the Patriots. They almost came back though. Mitch looked bad, and then the Colts, we said, lost to the Bengals. Minshew Mania is finally over. It's unfortunate, but this is the game I flipped, by the way, and I'll explain after you say Paige's pick.
Paige says neither. I guess the Colts. I'm only taking the Steelers because of the AFC North parlay that I have for my long shot.
Yep. So I had the Colts originally, and then I realized that I think the Colts have now fucked me 2 weeks in a row, maybe. I don't know. I just know I've taken the Colts a lot, and they're kind of losing their magic. So, gross game. Give me the Steelers, though. No, you know what? I'm flipping again. I'm fucking flipping again. I'm taking the Colts. Trubisky's so bad, dude. Trubisky's so bad.
I will not have a dollar on this game.
No, not a fucking nickel. I wouldn't even put a 5-cent free bet on this game.
Nope.
And
not touching it.
I wouldn't put it in my 5-cent free bet 25-leg parlay either.
You know what? This is my Grinch game of the week.
Why is that?
Because there's the song about the Grinch where it says you wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch this fucking game with a 10-foot pole.
You're a mean one.
Yep.
Mr. Grinch.
Getting the holiday spirit.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Christmas music. All right, we should do like a... No, I don't know how that would work. Anyways, Colts. I'm taking the Colts. Broncos. We already talked about the Lions. Broncos at Lions. The Lions are -5. The over-under in this game is interesting. 47.5. That's an under. That's an under right there, folks.
I was going to say it's too high.
The Broncos. Who'd the Broncos play? They won.
Yeah, the Broncos beat the Chargers.
Yep. They broke Justin Herbert's finger, knocked him out for the year. He looked bad right before it anyways.
Bounty.
Fuck, you might be right. Holy shit. No, that was a fluke if you watched it. It looked painful.
Too many fucking quarterbacks getting injured this year.
It sucks, man, because it hurts the enjoyment of the game. Because now I'm sitting here looking at all these games like, God, this is going to suck. This is going to suck. If the Lions didn't play at 1 o'clock, I probably wouldn't watch football. So, go ahead, Paige's pick. Broncos.
Paige says the Lions. Western Michigan versus the Lions? Weird. Yeah, I'm taking the Lions.
I'm taking the Lions, too. We need a bounce-back win real bad, especially we got the Cowboys coming up on the schedule, Vikings next week. They're weird. I took the Chargers last week. That cost me. The Broncos have been my wagon for a minute there. Hopefully they don't fuck me. I'm taking the Lions. Bears and Browns, we've talked enough about the Bears. They beat the Lions. They actually looked good. I'll say that. Their offense looked good. Justin Fields just tore us up. And then the Browns, Joe Flacco. Fuck it, what do you have, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns?
Late MVP candidate, question mark. But yeah, he
definitely not possible, but great game.
I can't even. Oh, yeah, he had 311 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick.
He had all 3 of his touchdowns, too, were longer than 30 yards.
Yes.
First time in a long time. I don't remember the actual year.
Yes.
Paige's pick.
Paige says, I don't like either of them. Ugh. The Browns, I guess. I don't know. They both sound like a horrible time. I would partially agree with that. I'm going to take the Browns. I think I trust Joe Flacco and the Browns defense more than anything.
This game might be watchable. Game of the week. Yeah. I'm taking the Bears. They're a wagon right now. You got to ride. They're a wagon. And I think Joe Flacco's old. I love him, but I'm okay with losing this one if it means Joe Flacco has another good game. So
I feel weird about this total. 37.5 is low. I kind of want to take the under because both defenses have been good, but also I could see both offenses popping.
Yeah, I can see the Browns putting up fucking 30 and then the Bears put up 17.
Yeah.
So, Bucks at Packers. Man, I got some acid reflux going right now.
I had that earlier.
Bad. My throat is like on fire.
All comes with the age.
Bucks Packers. We talked about the Packers. The Bucks. Oh, that game was fun. They beat the Falcons, and then it was a late drive by the Bucs to take the lead, and then the Falcons had a Hail Mary caught at the 3. You can't put it short. It's just like a birdie putt. Don't put it short. But that game was fun. Bucs won. Paige's pick.
Paige says, I feel like I always have to say the Packers to help your feelings, but we'll go with the Packers. I informed her that she doesn't have to do that. She said, I really don't like the Bucs. Aren't they the Pirates? And I informed her, yes, they are, in fact, Pirates. She is on the Packers, though. I'm on the Packers. I think we get a bounce-back game. I also think this might be high-scoring.
This game was tough for me. Every time I take the Packers, it feels like they lose. So I took the Packers. Also, they're at home. I feel like Jordan Love always looks good at home. So give me the Packers there.
I can tell you I don't think we cover 3.5.
Yeah, that's a weird spot. I just don't like that 3.5. Anything more than a field goal, but then like not closer to a touchdown is weird for me. That 3.5 to 4.5 always fucks me.
Yep.
Texans-Titans. The Titans upset the fucking Dolphins, like I said earlier, Monday night. Crazy comeback. They were down 14 points with, I think, 4 minutes to go
Yes.
3.5 to go. Something like that. Not a lot of time. And teams in NFL history were 0-276 when down that much with that much time left, and they came back and won. Crazy fucking game. They went for 2 when they were down 7, they were down 8, which was crazy. It was like, you don't need to do this. Why are you doing this? And then they converted it anyways, and they were able to fucking win the game because of it. So, crazy stuff.
Well, because if you don't get the first one, you can get the next one. Still be tied.
But they didn't need it.
No, but it's still you get 2 shots at it.
Again, kicks an extra point, overtime.
Yeah, but if you're going for the win, you have 2 shots for the win. Worst case, you have to score anyways. You can kick the field goal and still tie.
Yeah, that's true. And then the Texans were let down against the Jets. That game, Zach Wilson popped off, but
entire Texans team got injured.
Yep. Jets defense, headhunting. Paige's pick.
Yes. Paige says, I like both of those teams. It's been a minute, so let's go with the Titans. Let's give it to them. I'm also going to go with the Titans. I don't think C.J. Stroud plays this week, and I'm not trusting Davis Mills. So,
I'm a gambler. I'm taking a gamble that C.J. Stroud gets out there since we're not allowed to change our picks. And if not, Davis Mills feels like for the last 2 or 3 years has had one good game every year, and hopefully it's this one if Stroud isn't able to play. So
he has not been in the league that long, but
Davis Mills has been in the league 2 or 3 years.
I'm pretty sure last year he was a rookie.
No. Jets and Dolphins. Dolphins we just talked about. Jets we just talked about. Boom, Paige's pick. Bang.
Paige says, Dolphins, just because I've set out to hate the Jets. And I'm also going with the Dolphins.
She's not just taking the Dolphins because of the Jets, though. She's the biggest Dolphins fan that I even know.
Yeah, I would agree.
I got the Dolphins, too, though. They need to bounce back. They're my lock. So, -9, by the way, now, not 8.5. Chiefs and Patriots. We got to talk about the Chiefs for a second. So, first, we already talked about the Patriots. The Chiefs played the Bills. Game was kind of fun. End of the game, we had one of the coolest plays I've ever watched live. Chiefs are down whatever amount it was, maybe 1, maybe 2, I don't remember. They hit Travis Kelce deep. He's running up the field, and he looks to his left. Tony's wide open. He throws a perfect spiral backwards to Kadarius Toney in the middle of the play. Toney marches in for a touchdown. We got a flag. Comes back. Offsides. I'm thinking to myself, wow, it was on the defense. No, offsides on the offense. Toney, once they showed it, was literally waist up offsides. And Mahomes he threw a fucking fit. He was screaming at the ref on the sideline because then, of course, it was 2nd or 3rd down after that. The Chiefs didn't win. They lost. The Bills won. Mahomes threw his helmet and you never see this out of Mahomes either. Threw his helmet, screaming at the ref, had to be held back. In his post-game presser, he said, worst call of all time. First of all, have you ever seen
oh, yeah. I was waiting
Hail
for
Mary
it. I was waiting
Detroit?
for it.
Worst call of all time. And even take out the heart part. We don't have to talk about Detroit, Green Bay. Saints and Rams in the playoffs a couple years ago. Yeah, there was some pass interference there that didn't get called right in front of the motherfucker. That actually might be the worst call of all time. And then the face mask with Rodgers, 2nd place. But in offsides, when 75% of the dude's body is offsides, yeah, that should have been called. And then he, like, nobody, Andy Reid complained too, and nobody said it was not the correct call. They just said that shouldn't be called.
You can't make that call. Yep.
What
I
the
lost
fuck
a
are you
ton of
talking
respect for Patrick Mahomes this weekend.
I lost respect for him as a person, but as an athlete, he's still the best quarterback in the NFL.
Currently, yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure
that's not
you weren't
injured.
Like, okay. Whoa. Who's injured? That's better.
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he looked like a huge bitch, and obviously most of the internet world that doesn't come from Chiefs fandom agrees that he was a bitch, and Twitter was rolling. Some great memes. That somebody went back and found all of the calls in NFL history that went Mahomes' way. There was 33 tweets.
Well,
33.
and also, the whole reason they won the Super Bowl last year was because the Eagles were offsides.
A holding call. Well,
that's what it was.
And then that bad holding call. There was an offsides too.
So
what was my other point? I had one more point. Somebody also went through the game. There was 5 points where Tony lined up offsides they didn't call, and then they called this one. So that there is like annoying that you didn't call all those other ones, so he would have got the hint. But
yeah,
like, dude, it starts in Pee-wee. When you're a wide receiver, you point over at the fucking ref and you say, "Am I good?" And they give you a thumbs up, or they tell you to back up or move forward. Tony, why didn't you do it? Like, it's your own fault. He was also looking at the ball. He looked down the line of scrimmage. How do you not see? Wow, this is a little weird.
Yeah.
So, just annoying as fuck. I was heated about this, and we had to talk about it.
Yep.
Anything else before we give our picks?
No.
All right, Paige's pick.
Paige says, the Chiefs. The Patriots say E- next to them. If they're eliminated, why do they have to still play games? Seems odd.
That's a good point.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs too. Nothing to say here. I think this is a huge bounce back game from them. They're going to be playing mad. I like the Chiefs minus 9.5 here.
And the Patriots just won, so they're not going to win again.
Oh, yeah. No, now they're like, fuck, guys, we got to lose. Giants, Saints. Giants beat the Packers, and the Saints, fill in the blanks, Frankie.
They won. They beat the... Who did they beat? By the way, Davis Mills, this is his third year.
Like I said, 2 or 3.
Saints beat the Panthers 28-6.
There you go. All right, cool.
Paige,
yeah, I got nothing there. I didn't watch that game.
Paige says the Saints. I'm taking the Giants, and I have a reason for it. The entire team for the Saints, I think, hates Derek Carr, and Derek Carr hasn't been good. They beat the lowly fucking Panthers last week. Tommy DeVito looks good. I mean,
Tommy DeVito is fun too.
He just beat the Packers, so big win.
How much does it suck knowing that a dude that probably sleeps in a twin-size mattress woke up Monday morning, came downstairs,
it feels
mom
horrible.
had a bowl of Frosted Flakes ready for him, and they talked about, "You excited for your game tonight, honey?" He said, "Yeah, it's going to be fun, blah, blah, blah. I hope we get a win." And then he went out and beat your team.
Yeah, I feel pretty shitty about it.
Yep. At least my team lost to a multimillionaire at quarterback. So
yeah, that's true.
All right. I have the Saints, though. They got to use Jameis eventually, right? Because playmakers, Jameis gets them involved. I don't know. We'll see. Falcons, Panthers. Blech. Paige's pick.
Paige says the Falcons. Aren't the Panthers doing really, really, really bad?
Yes.
I told her yes, they are. I'm taking the Falcons.
Yep.
It's my lock.
Falcons as well. I like that as a lock. Commanders, Rams. The Rams looked good, man. They competed with the Ravens. That game was really fun. Went into overtime, game-winning punt return for the Ravens. And then the Commanders, they were definitely on a bye.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I love when I get those right. Paige's pick.
Paige is taking the Rams, of course. I'm also taking the Rams. Matt Stafford has been really fucking good.
He has been. He has been really good. It's fun to watch. But it's too bad they're going to lose this week. The Commanders win this game. You got to mix in some teams that shouldn't win because obviously last week I didn't do that and I got waxed. So I'm taking the Commanders. +7. I'll probably sprinkle the money line. But that's another one where if it doesn't hit, I won't be mad because it'd be Matthew Stafford did well. Whoa, Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is my quarterback. I miss my quarterback. Matthew Stafford. 49ers, Cardinals. The 49ers won their game against the Seahawks. DK Metcalf got ejected again. He's a baby back bitch. And the Cardinals run a bye. What do you think?
Paige says, well, I think the 49ers are going to win, but personally I like the Cardinals better. But apparently it's not about who you like in this league. That is true. I am taking the Niners.
Wait, so she's taking the Niners then? She never actually said.
Yeah, she's taking the Niners, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm taking the Niners as well. Cardinals cover that, though. 14 points is too many. They'll probably be up to 14.5 pregame. I'm taking the Cardinals plus 14.5.
Quick note about that game real quick. Well, last week's game, actually. Last week, Seahawks-Niners, right? We said that the Seahawks were going to cover. There was no way that the Niners would cover 13.5 or whatever it was.
They did.
And I agreed. I took the Seahawks. Did you know that closed at 16.5 points?
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. With Kenneth Walker back, too.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Drew
Geno
Lock.
didn't start, though.
Yep.
yeah. There you go. What was the final score of that game? The Seahawks didn't cover, did they?
Seahawks did cover. Niners won by 12.
Oh, okay. Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Did I already say 49ers with the Cardinals cover?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Cowboys-Bills, game of the week. The Cowboys beat the Eagles. They put it on them. We almost hit an awesome parlay. Shout out Javi for fucking that one up.
Bad week for him.
And he fucked up a lot of our parlays. Bills. I've been thinking too lately about with how bad he's been doing an extra parlay with the opposite his leg, because he does alternates sometimes too. And if I can take an alternate under, that's going to be crazy plus odds.
And he moves it like 2 points.
Yeah, but then you.
Javi, I apologize if you're listening.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's a parlay. I'm not expecting to make bank off of this, but maybe I can make bank by fading him. Maybe he continues. What was I going to say? The only problem is that if you or I miss a leg, then I double lose. So I probably won't do that. Paige's pick: Cowboys-Bills.
Paige is taking the Cowboys. I'm taking the Bills. Cowboys are not great on the road, and I think this is quite possibly the toughest road environment they've had to play all year.
God damn it, you made a good point, but I'm gonna ride with it. I don't want to match you. I got to take the lead here. I'm taking the Cowboys. They look like they're firing on all cylinders. Dak is making an MVP case. Bills are coming off a huge road win. I like the Bills here. Fuck. I'm taking the Cowboys, though. I'm sticking with it. I got to be different from you. I can't keep riding. Bills are fighting for a playoff spot, though. Cowboys are fighting for the number one seed. This is going to be an awesome fucking game, though. I'll probably throw out on Sunday doing a parlay for this game. However, man, that's a high total. 50.5 for two teams that I feel like have a pretty good defense.
Yeah, but the Cowboys have been putting up a fuck ton of points.
This is true. Yeah, I'm sticking with the Cowboys, though. All right. Ravens-Jags. The Jags lost to the Browns. Trevor Lawrence didn't look great, but he's got a fucked up ankle. But Jaguars are trying to hold on to that division lead. And then we talked about the Ravens. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
Ooh, big yawn.
Yeah, Paige is taking the Ravens because they're winning the Super Bowl. I'm also on the Ravens. My Super Bowl future just keeps getting better by the week.
Yep. I'm taking the Jags, and I'm strictly doing it because DraftKings had a promo, and I picked the Jags, so I'm taking the Jags. I think the Ravens win the game, though. I think I fucked up, but I will be hedging. So, Eagles, Seahawks, we've talked about both. Last one, let's hear it.
Paige says, okay, listen, I get these two confused. The Eagles, Philadelphia, right? Battle of the Birds? That's crazy. She's taking the Eagles. I'm taking the Eagles, too.
I'm on the Eagles as well. They need to bounce back in the worst kind of way. They've lost the one seed. They've done this for the last 2 years, though, where end of season they kind of fall apart. Last year's because Hurts got hurt, but Hurts got hurt. But they don't look good, man, but they need to bounce back win. So I'm taking the Eagles. Fun fact, Seahawk, not an actual bird.
Well, it's technically a seagull, but yeah.
Yep, there is no bird actually called a Seahawk. So that's just your fun fact of the day from Jake. All right, we got to do this roulette spin, though, because I'm about to piss myself. How long are we right now? We got to be incredibly long.
Hour 15.
No way. That's not bad.
Oh, I don't know if that's accurate. I'm definitely going to have some dropouts in here, so apologies in advance for all the blank spots.
There you go. All right, I'm loading up roulette. I didn't throw 16 in there. That was the last
I was going to say, what's our alternate?
I don't know why that didn't copy. Well, it'll change, obviously, because it's the one that spins before. But
yeah.
We need a win, people. We're down 70.
Let's
It's crazy.
It's
we need a win. If we get a win, we might want to think about not running it back just so we can get that number down on the down.
That's fine.
3 just hit at 50x.
On the DL.
Sick. Fuck me, man. Oh, we watched last week. The numbers went back to back to back after we stopped recording.
Yes.
That shit was stupid. All right, so 3 just... Oh, my gosh. I'm literally going to pee myself. Don't drink 2 Coke Zeros. No, it's loading. It was the one before the one before us. Shit won't load, though. Okay, 35. All right. 0, 2, 3, 9, 13, 22, 23, 24, 30, and 35. I like 35 for some reason. That's weird. I don't think it goes back to back, though. Dude, the wheel still will not show. I don't get it. Just give us
you got to figure out your electronics because all of your screens are off.
Oh, here we go. Okay, 35 got a 100X.
Nice.
Let's go. Come on. One time. Go back to back for us. Come on. We haven't screamed in a long time.
Would be up if 35 hits, right?
Yep. Come on, load. Oh, my gosh. I'm tweaking. 11. Motherfucker, we are down 90. Hey, it's only $45 a person, but we are on one hell of a losing streak. Next week, I'm going to look back and see the last time we hit, because there was a solo after the back-to-back-to-back-to-back. Man. It's been, maybe it's been 10 episodes. No, that can't be right. We'd be down 180. Well, another unfortunate end. We need a win in the worst kind of way. But, hey, we'll talk to you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, door some tutties. Peace.
Peace.